Okay, good morning. It is very early in the morning, but unfortunately, I have to touch on a subject that is just seems to be never ending, and so now I'm going to end it with the truth. And we're going to start from the beginning, and then we're going to end it from there, okay? If you go back into the videos that I have made, and they're titled Protesters, you will see that I was relentlessly trying to protect the protesters from being attacked by Solid Rock. And not really, I didn't feel being protected by, at first, Myrtle Beach Police Department. There were many people from Solid Rock. There was the guy with the fedora, the water boy. A couple of people came out and tried to entrap them. And so it was just getting a little ridiculous. And so I was able to contact the ACLU, and I was contacting the media. I spoke to the ACLU in South Carolina on their behalf. We also found out about an attorney that was supposed to help out the protesters, and I knew they didn't have the money to put together to pay this attorney. So if you remember, I did a video asking the content creators like JLR and Robbie Harvey, whoever, to ask their audience, because I knew that they backed up the protesters as well, to maybe donate and help pay for these attorneys. And a few did reach out and say they would help out. Now, Allie, Robin Millie, and Michelle Pfeiffer know me, okay? Allie and Rob and Millie Moore, okay? And CJ also was one of those protesters also because, and we'll talk about that now. So I got that 911 call because I did a FOIA. Somebody had sent me, it was actually Can't Suicide Us All. And she had sent me the incident report from Plunder, and that was for May 1st. She says, you may want to look at this, and it had the trafficking thing on it. And I said, oh, wow, look at that. So I immediately did a FOIA. It was a Saturday morning, real early, with Horry County, and said, I want the 911 call for this incident. Gave them the incident number, everything. And right away, maybe 2 hours later, they sent me the 911 call. And I went over it, and I don't do the playing back and the videos and the showing different, it's just me, okay? I told you I'm not a content creator. And so I did bullet points of what I heard in the call. Shortly thereafter, CJ reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to report it on my show? I'll play the 911 call. And I knew he knew how to do that. So I said, sure, yeah, okay. I didn't know him, but I knew he was a content creator with a big audience. So went on the show, and, for the first time, never did a live with anybody in my life. Nobody else offered. And I'll tell you what, a lot of drama happened after that 911 call came out. A lot of drama. And I'm going to talk to you about that drama now. But again, we did the 911 call. It was chock full of crazy stuff in that call. And then it was right around that time now that I had been invited to a group on Facebook that had the protesters in it. That didn't say that it was a protest group. It said it was a local group for Myrtle Beach. I wasn't going to question the title. It was their group. Anyhow, around that time, shortly after, there was an announcement, if you're not a local, you shouldn't be here. And this was right after I had made a comment that this was said. I don't know who said it. Didn't matter. When I looked at the title, I realized, they said, if you're not a local, this is for local events and local this and local that. I went, oh, okay, and I left. Rob and Millie will back me up on that. They will back up that claim that all I did was leave. And right after that, I created a protest group. And those people were invited over, the protesters, to come. This was strictly for the protesters. Was I a little thrown back by it? Yeah, kind of, because of all of the protection that I had been doing for them. I don't even know them from a can of paint. But okay, this is how they wanted it. I left. No argument. It's just, like I said, started this new protester group, which I ended up having to leave because of this drama. Maybe about 4 or 5 days later, or shortly thereafter, somebody contacts me late at night and says, Cassie, is doing, would spell Cassie. Cassie is doing a live about you. I said, about me? So I turn it on, I go watch it. She's holding a teddy bear. I don't know her, and I don't know why she's holding a teddy bear. I have no idea about her. And there's a bunch, she's just sitting there smiling while a bunch of other people are sitting there bashing me about my Christianity, my walk with God, because I'm on a show with CJ. I don't know what one has to do with the other, but whatever. I don't go and do church with CJ. It was talking about justice for Mica. Anyhow, so right after that, I'm on a show with CJ, and I made a comment about this girl holding a teddy bear. I don't know who she is, and she's doing a live about me. Well, they ran with that. Oh, she's talking bad about us. Oh my God, look what she's saying. She's so horrible. What? You did a live about me, bashing me. You expected no consequence? I mean, what are we, in high school? I'm supposed to be totally quiet while they attack me. This is what they want. Non-Christians, by the way. So somebody from inside that group very kindly reaches out to me, and we start talking on the phone. And she's defending Casey all the way. And so I feel bad. I said, okay, well, you know what? If this is the kid, because she said to me, Casey was hearing people talk bad about her, saying that you were saying stuff about her. This is before she does the live. And so I said to her, this is untrue. I don't even know the girl. I know nothing about her. You don't see any video of me talking about her, right? She said, no. I says, then what gives you the idea that this is true? She's being lied to. So I reached out to make peace. My hand was slapped away. Instead, they went on and on and on with the attacks. Fine. Right after that, CJ's at a protest. And I guess maybe I was on the show with him and Rosie. And he gets these financials, these alleged financials from some random guy who walks up to him out of nowhere. Now remember, there's been entrapments. There's been Dominion Television showing up lying under a different false name and company. They've been attacked. So, of course, we're all paranoid on anybody's going to walk up to them and hand them a piece of paper. It doesn't even look official. Anybody could have typed it up. I think Steph Case Files wanted to get a hold of it. She wanted to check it out. And I can understand that because I think she understands finances or whatever. But I immediately had said, I think it's a trap. Be careful. I think you should go give that to the authorities. That's all I said. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a target by Steph. Now, Steph at least was kind enough, maybe she got over it or something, where she writes to me in TikTok in a private message. And it was beautiful. She really poured her heart out. But unfortunately, I didn't get to see it until, I don't know, a few days later. I don't even know how much time went, but it wasn't that much. I go to respond with the same kind of response, and I'm blocked. So I'm like, okay, and I leave it alone. Now, I'll be honest with you, I watch her shows. She's good. At least she does her homework. She reports on stuff. She doesn't sit around causing drama all day. But who knows who got in her ear. Now we move on to iPhone Guru. I guess he's got issue with CJ too, so he pulls me in on it. How dare you and Ann talk about my girlfriend and where she works? Number one, show me where I mentioned your girlfriend. I didn't even know you had a girlfriend. I don't even know you. So I don't even know why you're bringing me into it. This is what I'm talking about. These people don't look to find the truth or even justice for Mica. It's all about drama. That's all it's about. Drama, 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 drama. That's it. I never said anything about him and his girlfriend. And yet he's treating me like I'm an enemy. And why? Because of CJ? Listen, you got issues with CJ, take it up with CJ. You got issues with Robbie Harvey, take it up with Robbie Harvey. I'm not their attorney. I'm not their mother. I'm not the sister. Okay? I can't help you with your issues with them. This has nothing to do with me. You got an issue with something I've said, come to me. Don't go making lives about it like you're 12 years old. Talk to me about it. You don't want to talk to me about it because you don't want to be called out on the fact that it's not true. Anyway, let's talk about Bear Bluff for a minute, because for some reason people lack critical thinking. It is absolutely amazing how people can't think for themselves. Number one, every closed caption, let me say one more time, every closed caption picks up B. Everyone. Not for one phone call, for everyone. Content creators, national news, local news, everybody that's played, on the YouTube channels, closed caption picks up B. The end. It does not pick up F ever. Ever. Okay? That's number one. Number two, 9 millionth time. Columbus County is where Fair Bluff is. Fair Bluff Police Department doesn't have a website of their own. Go look it up. They're under Columbus County. So if you want to do a FOIA, you got to go to Columbus County, which is what I did and Veronica Adams did. You don't believe me? Go ask her. She'll tell you herself. For the 9 millionth time, there is no call from Mica about Mica or anything regarding Mica on that day of April 27th. Nothing. Not one thing. And Robeson County dispatcher says the same. I don't even think you're in Robeson County. Why? Because they weren't calling from the river at that time. They were in transit, whether it be by boat, whether it be by car, whether it be by plane, whether it be by air balloon. I don't know. The point is that that call did not come from that river, because everybody that's made a call from there had a bad connection. Show me anybody that's made a call from there that's had a good connection, and then we'll talk about it. Even content creators said they had a difficult time making a phone call from there. Okay? Now again, Bear Bluff. Thank God Bear Bluff came to light. Thank God, because what that did was that started making people dig into more things that were not discussed in the past 3 months. This doesn't put down the content creators. This is not about you getting glory or me. This is about trying to find the truth. And because of that Bear Bluff coming out, all these other connections have come forward. It'd be great if you would join forces and help in uniting to finding the truth, instead of bashing me and everyone else who's looking to find this truth. Or trying to debunk Bear Bluff. Go play a closed caption. I did it on that Grizzly channel. I did it on the Crime and Theory. I did it on News Nation. All came up B. Is it because I want to be right? No, it's because I want to find justice for Mica. And with all this drama going on. And what's funny is one of Casey's members said that they think I got paid $350 by JP Miller because I'm changing it from Bear Bluff to Fair Bluff. Really? He's going to pay me to prove that she had been killed in South Carolina and dragged over to North Carolina? That makes sense? That's number one. Number two, did JP Miller pay all those closed captions then? Or all the other people that took out the time to break down the call instead of just, it's Fair Bluff. It doesn't matter whether it was Fair Bluff, Bear Bluff, or whatever that was being said, to be honest with you, because it was never meant to be said anyway. Because if it was, the caller wouldn't have had to go in, like they're searching for an answer. Bear Bluff? They're not positive about what they're saying. They're making it out to be a question. Why? Because it didn't matter what they said. They just randomly said a name because they had to get through that phone call. Phone call's purpose was to document that this is what she planned on doing to herself. Even though we know that's not what happened, they wanted it to be believed. So this pseudo 911 call was made to make it sound like she was making the call. We know it didn't come from the river because it couldn't go through if it was. The dispatcher says, I don't even think you're in Robeson County because they couldn't locate her at first. Or the caller. Didn't even ask her name. All she got was a phone number. And yes, the phone number goes back to Mica. So of course the caller is going to give that number because they want it to be known that it's Mica. So please stop making maps and show how many miles is this, how many miles is that. Oh my God, it's a Bear Bluff fishery and it's a Bear Bluff this and the Bear Bluff that. It's in Conway. It's, oh my gosh, stop. Stop. She made a left, she made a right, she went up in the sky. Who cares? The point is, something happened to her after that gas station. And Robeson County Sheriff's Department dropped the ball, not on the FBI of North Carolina. They could have very easily did that. They could have contacted the SBI of North Carolina, who confirmed there was a case. They confirmed it. They confirmed it. But they're not handling it because they said Robeson never called them, because Robeson called South Carolina, another state. North and South Carolina are two different states. Regina Ward already said, right before the court date, July 29th, they still had her watching her cell phone. Now Robeson County. Now Robeson County. Their investigation is over. So the authorities, and she said the words FBI. She said authorities, and then she said FBI. Listen to the words. Pay attention. Use critical thinking. Listen. Stop worrying about what Regina Ward did in this case and that case. Just listen to the words. Listen to what the interviewer is asking her. Okay? And then Fitz News, just within the past week, also confirmed there are people still being interviewed by the feds. There is an investigation, people. They wouldn't be asking these people about Mica and her death if they were worried about the financials. Please stop making stuff up just to have something to say. Well, this one said in the chat, and that one said, who cares what they said in the chat? If they don't come up with evidence, it's speculation. Just like Logan Ryan Hardy. Okay? I just did a background check on him, and all of a sudden I see that he's got a commercial pilot thing. Under Hardy Aviation, I think it was. Some girl goes into the chat and goes, well, on Steph's channel, somebody in their chat said, did they give you proof? Somebody in the chat had said that he's not a pilot. Did they give you proof of that at all? Because I gave you proof that it does say that. I actually show you the background check. Did they show you proof? Or you just believe them because they're on the internet? Are you one of those people who believe everything on the internet? Dude, enough. If you're searching for truth and justice for Mica, great. If you're looking to cause drama and trouble and you want to keep tagging me to all of this nonsense, I got to delete you. You just have to go because you're just nothing but a stumbling block and I'm tired of it. So here's the truth of the matter. Now, any of these people, iPhone Guru, Steph, even Casey, I have no issue with you even now. However, I put Isaiah 54:17 before all of this. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that speaks badly about me will be refuted by the Lord. This is a heritage to the servants of the Lord. I'm one of them. I didn't look to cause trouble with you. You've only done cause trouble with me and talk bad about me. For whatever your reasons are, and associations with CJ and being on his show is not a good reason for it. I'm sorry. It just isn't. It does not give you the right to drag me into this. I'm dragging myself out of it now. So if you keep pulling me in, and everybody that's listening, if they keep pulling me in, these are now people proving they're not interested in justice for Mica. They're exploiting the situation for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what their reasons are. Now, I don't think Steph is going to do that because she really is doing some incredible reporting on it. And I don't even think iPhone Guru is going to do that either, because he's actually recording the protests. And I'm glad that the protests are still going on. I didn't want it to end either. But I pulled my prayer back because of Casey and her group. And because they're attacking people. And I'm not going to put a protection prayer over you if you're going to assassinate people's character, because according to the Word of God, that's murder. You're murdering people's characters. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to protect murderers. Go read the Bible. I know you're not a Christian, so you don't understand that. So why you're questioning my Christianity is beyond me. But it ends here. It ends here. I'm ending it. So again, anybody wants to talk to me and make peace, whatever, and you want to work with me, great. If you don't want to, fine. You have the right to do anything you want. But leave me alone. Because I want justice for Mica. I care very much about this family, especially the mother, who I've made friends with. And so for her, I'm moving forward. Even though it's not that easy, because you got now people working against you because they want to be right about this and right about that. They just want to be right. They don't want to look for justice. They don't want to say, well, maybe I was wrong about this. Maybe the closed caption does say B. Maybe I should look into that instead of just digging my heels into, I was correct from the beginning. Because then all you do is care about being correct. You don't care about truth. It's not about you. It's about Mica. And the poor demise that this girl has faced. And this family who's mourning over her. And if you're exploiting that family, God help you. I hope the Lord tears down everything you stand for in the name of Jesus Christ. So that's it. That's what I have to say about this issue. Please, in the name of Jesus, let's end it. I don't want to hear. I don't want videos. I don't want nothing about it. I don't want to hear about it. If they do a live about it and cackle like a bunch of witches talking about it, let them cackle. God will handle them. But I don't want to hear about it. And Semper Fi, do some investigating first before you start bashing people and saying they're the reason why the protesting ended or got affected. Okay? Find out the truth about everybody involved before you start saying stuff. That would be a good idea. Because now you've become part of the drama and the problem. So there's the truth about everything that's happened from the very beginning to the end. Who started it and why this has all been going on. Let's finish it now. Because I'm more interested in truth and justice for Mica. And I hope you are too. So until we see each other again, God bless.